Welcome to the Steve Reeve Podcast with the best moments from the past week and a few things that didn't make it to air. Thursday.
I'm going to be turning 39 before too long. It's kind of a strange age. Like, it's not quite a milestone like 40. I remember hitting 25, that marker actually feeling like it meant something. Like it was the first one after, I guess, like turning 18. Although I did move away from home to go to school, like while I was still about to turn 18, graduated at 17. So like the moving away thing felt like more of the milestone in my life than the actual birthday did. But then 25 hits, you go, oh, a quarter century. That's crazy. Quarter century's wild. And you start to maybe think, maybe I'm a little older. Maybe I'm a little wiser. And then I think you get to like 30, maybe a little into the 30s, and you go like, well, I didn't know anything about anything, and I still feel quite young. So I don't know what this middle-age business is about. And then just before, at least in my account, before you get to the point where you're nearly 40, you have to admit you're nearly 40, that's when all the issues start to arise with your body. I mean, not like major issues. I just mean that's when you start to be able to just sleep wrong and be in pain for 3 days for no good reason at all. Just stand up wrong, and you go, okay, great, we're going to have to deal with that for a little while. So I guess there is some aspect of aging. My face certainly looks older than it did before, but young at heart is how we should all be staying. I feel like music has a big role to play in that. What the heck is going on with the honey, Steve? You're just telling me there's some recalled honey? Okay, well, not like a massive recall. It's a very specific kind of niche situation. Honey recalled after an ingredient for treating erectile dysfunction was found in it by the FDA down there in the States. We've all heard the talk about the horny bees, but I never realized they were struggling. ED may seem funny, but for those experiencing it, it may not be a laughing matter. And remember, when the hive is a-buzzin', don't come nothing really rhymes with buzzin' that I can think of. Anyway, I have to work on the rhyme, but here's actually what's happening out there in the world. You're not going to see this honey on the shelf while you're getting groceries. It is only sold through the website. It is marketed for energy support with the label Ashfiat Al Haramain. And only through their website, as well as online marketplaces like Amazon. You would have had to have ordered it from there, that kind of thing. There haven't been any reported issues either, no medical situations, but the substance found in it is under medical supervision scenario. You're not supposed to just be having that. Probably get your honey the normal way. Probably get whatever you need to make your stinger sturdier another legitimate way. Just my best guess at how to approach the scenario.
It's time for Cruz Music News with Steve Reeve.
People have noticed at least a couple of missing names in the In Memoriam segment from the Grammys, which occurred over the weekend. A couple of them, namely Mastodon's Brent Hines, as well as Limp Bizkit bassist Sam Rivers. And they have been included in the In Memoriam section at the website, not completely omitted, but still missing from the broadcasts. People aren't too happy about that. It does happen, though. The Black Keys have released a new single and a promise of a new album. The single called You Got to Lose, and the album Peaches with an exclamation point. They've even put a couple shows, though, across the pond in the UK onto the books for the summer of 2026. And this is following Dan Auerbach of the band, helping out with his father. His father had a cancer diagnosis and unfortunately passed away. And this is the first time that they've put out music since then, and also since a little bit of tumult in their own professional career after dropping their management a little while ago after a not-so-great album release and tour to support it. So hopefully they're moving in new directions right now. And you gotta look back at the past with some of the incredible items listed for Record Store Day 2026. The full list of what's going to be available has been released. You can search through that, take a look at what you would love to have, but one of the items that is catching people's attention is a Weezer album of early demos, as well as just extremely rare things that have never seen the light of day before. And it's not one of those, we withheld these so we could make money later. Matt Sharp, who was the bassist at the start of that band's career and has the tapes to prove it, apparently was just looking through lost album master tapes and found some of these rare items to include. So 1192 or 1192, however you're supposed to say it, the new Weezer retro album, just one of the dozens and dozens of items that will be coming out in April when Record Store Day arrives.
Friday.
May your drive be less icy than yesterday. May your day be less difficult than yesterday. And may you, on this day, not be added to any group chats without being asked about it first. It's the worst. It's the worst. Just stop doing it, people. Don't just add. You got to ask first. I did that, though. Admittedly, I didn't do it advertently, though. It was inadvertent. I created an event, and not even a huge amount of people invited, so whatever. But I had thought that the place to talk about an event on Face Business was on the event on Face Business. You know, I'm not feeling like I'm old man yelling at a cloud for this, but didn't that just be how it was? Isn't that the way that it works? You create an event and you talk about the event on that event wall. The walls of Facebook. That's how they started. That's how they continue. There is a wall on the event, but no, there was a button to say, hey, would you like to start a place where people can chat about the event? And I said, sure. I clicked on it. Pause. Nothing. Suddenly, group chats. Oh, no. So sorry to everybody who was so minorly inconvenienced by it yesterday. We have the phone line. It's also a text line. You can call it. You can text it. Not really breaking anybody's brain with the technology advancements there. One of the cool things about the technology, though, is that we just get voicemails emailed to us when there's nobody available to answer the phone. Like last night. Don't know her name. This sweet listener, new listener, the most adorable thing. So thank you for hearing the music and thinking that it's a good thing what you were hearing.
I'm just a newbie to Cruz FM, but I'm really enjoying the music. Thank you very much. Making my day go good. Just painting and cleaning the house, but I really enjoy your tunes and have a good day. Angels on your pillow and a safe drive home. Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, making my day early this one.
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
For any of those with hopes to take in or experience the 50th anniversary tour from Twisted Sister, with Dee Snider as the frontman, have had their dreams dashed. He has had to resign, actually, in a very dramatic fashion. Health issues are cited as the reason. He's 70 years old and said that he would be no longer with the band. He's going to have to bow out of the lineup immediately due to a bunch of challenges, which means the 50th anniversary tour that had been planned to mark, of course, 5 decades of being together has now been scrapped. At least for now. Probably a big shakeup if they do want to replace Dee as a frontman, which has not been something that has been really discussed, but if they do continue, it will have to be without him. An interesting scenario played out for an Arctic Monkeys tribute band who actually got to play a song that the original band wrote and released live before the Arctic Monkeys themselves could play it in front of an audience. The song itself, Help 2, from their charity album, the lead single off of that was In Aid of War Child, and it was released last month. But they do not have a chance to go touring. There's no live one-off shows that are in the schedule for the band. But the Antarctic Monkeys are playing music in front of audiences, and so they gave that song, the titled Opening Night, a live debut at the O2 Academy in Leeds. Saying it's pretty special to play that track live. Be the first band to do it. Kind of a strange thing. Feels like maybe taking the thunder, but hey, maybe the members of the Arctic Monkeys are totally signing off on the Antarctic Monkeys taking that one for the first ride in front of fans. Such a weird scenario. I'm feeling a little bit bad for him, actually. Things aren't looking so hot for Kid Rock in 2026. You know, while he has been challenging the live event ticketing monopoly this year, that's to his credit, he's also just incredibly frustrating and pandering to an equally frustrating base for me. But now, not only is he being supported by no one you've ever heard of for the anti-Schmooper Bowl halftime show that doesn't really even seem to have a venue and is streaming on, again, no services that you've ever subscribed to. Now, with his Rock the Country festival, Shinedown was originally signed on to be a part of that. They've actually just made a statement saying that they are not going to be a part of it anymore, and specifically saying, we feel that we have been given a platform to bring all people together through the power of music and song. We have one boss, and it is everyone in our audience, and our band's purpose is to unite, not to divide. With that in mind, they made the decision to not play the Rock the Country Festival, and they know that decision will create differences of opinion. So it can be said, yes, they are aware that there will be some division that comes from this, but they say they don't want to participate further in something that they believe will create further division. All love and respect from Shinedown. I gotta respect that, I really do.
Transmission over. Want more Steve? New podcast episodes happen every Friday, or just tune into the Steve Reeve Show. Weekday mornings starting at 5:30 a.m. on 100.5 Cruz FM.